Hey there, ladies and gents. We're going to continue on with our data analysis, building out more charts, and using those charts to help us kind of visualize our data, see patterns, those types of things. So go ahead and open up your the survey RDA. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using information that has the year, what grade they're in, the effort they're putting in, whether they're trying their best or they could try a little harder, homework, whether they think they're getting too much homework or about the right amount, and then the grades that they get. That's the data that we've been given. Those are our variables. We're going to search through this to try to see if there's any sort of trends that we can identify. So to show you what we're going to be creating, I'm going to switch over here to my finished product. And this is what we're going to do. We're first going to create a pivot table to pull out the information that we're looking for. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't figure out how to reorder the pivot table so that it went 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all the way down. So I ended up making a copy, copying it down here, and then reordering it myself. Not very efficient, but that's what I had to do. If any of you guys know how to solve this more efficiently, send me an email. And you will get some extra points. So then I use the information in here to create my chart. And if I go to my chart editor, you can see we created a scatter chart. And this is showing the trend. So the blue is could try a little harder. So from 6th grade going to 12th grade, the number of people who say that they could try harder increases. So that means that they're probably not doing their best, right? While the number of people that are doing their best declines. So they're working harder. As they get older, we have less people that are doing their best. So let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to build that. All right. So first you want to be on your survey page. Make sure you're inside of your data set. And we are going to data, pivot table. It's picking up the entire pivot table, which is what we want. And I'm going to go ahead and put this into a new sheet. All right, so here's our pivot table. Here's our pivot table editor. For the rows, we are going to add the year for our rows. So we've got the different grades along here. For columns, we are going to be using effort. So are they trying their best? Could they try a little harder? For the values, we are also going to be using effort. And you want to make sure that it is on count A, so that it's going to give you a sum of how many people answered the question this way. All right. So here's our pivot table, right? We can see if in 8th grade, 92 say that they could try harder, 94 say they're doing the best. Almost 50-50, right? Now, if you notice, these are not in the correct order here. So I'm going to start on A2. I'm going to highlight all the way down to 12th grade. I'm not going to pick up the grand totals. I'm going to copy this, and then I am going to paste it down. All right. So now I need to reorder these. So here's 12th grade. I need 11th in between there. So I'm going to click on row 20 here, do a right click, and say insert above. That gives me an open row. Then I'm going to go to 11th grade. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to paste it in. So go ahead and take a minute to reorder those, and I'll meet you back on the other side. All right, so now you can see I reordered my data, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So we're going to take the information from our pivot table, and now we're going to create a chart. So make sure that you're inside of your data set here. We're going to go up to, sorry, not data, but insert, chart. We are going to be selecting scatter chart. So if you scroll down here, it's this one right here, the scatter. And we can see 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Okay, good. So it's put these in the correct order based on how we reordered them here. The blue represents could try a little harder, and red is trying best to do well in school. To To help us see the information a little bit better, we are going to set up trend lines. So where did those trend lines go? Go to custom. Where did I see that? Okay, so you go to series inside of custom, and you're going to click on trend lines. You could add data labels here if you want, but they kind of are on top of each other, so I find it a little harder to kind of see. So I'm going to remove the data labels. So also, let's go ahead and rename the chart here. So chart access and titles. The chart title, we are going to rename this. What is this? That I named in the other one. Effort in school by grade level. All right. Effort in school by grade level. Uh-oh, I gotta go all the way back here. Effort in school by grade level. Effort in school by grade level. All right. I like to center my titles and bold them just to make them stand out a little bit. We can also add for the horizontal axis, we've got year, vertical. It's already in there, so for vertical, I'll put in this number of students. All right, so now we're number of students. We've got the year and then our trend lines. So what does this information tell us? Well, we can see that trying their best to do well in school, while it increases from 6th to 7th grade, it begins to decrease in 8th, goes up a little bit in 10th, and then continues to drop. But could try a little harder. We do see an upward trend. So students do need to try a little harder. All right, so you're going to be creating something similar to this using the same data, but what I want you guys to create is this. Grade trends across grade levels. I'll give you a hint. The layout and the pivot table are very similar to the effort in school. You're just using different data. Make sure that the grades show up at the top here. I forgot my label over here on the side, so make sure you include that and your trend lines. And then I want you to analyze the trend. What do you see in here? What is this data telling you? All right, ladies and gents, it's your turn.